Hello, good evening. How was everybody tonight? Mirador says hello. Great music. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I like the whole retro wave thing. I dig it. I usually start out with something kind of mellow, kind of fantasy-like, and then as it draws closer to time, we usually bump into something like this. Lets people know that we're getting close to starting. So again, it's Monday night, and on Monday nights I get a late start because I have a commitment in the evening. And so Monday night streams are usually a little bit shorter. So probably maxed out at an hour, give or take. But I did solve some of the technical problems that we encountered last night with the sound. Took me a minute to get it straight, but we got it figured out. So tonight you'll actually get to hear the game as it's intended to be heard. Took a lot of finagling to do that. To keep everything sounding good, I want to keep the music going through the sound card, which of course back in '93 was just an old Sound Blaster 16. So emulating that, and the ambient sound effects emulated through a PC speaker. So this rig that I have actually does have a physical sound card, a Sound Blaster in it, but all of this is handled through DOSBox emulation. So none of that really comes into play. So again, tonight we're going to be playing Wizardry 7, Crusaders of the Dark Savant. A classic CRPG from back in the early 90s. In case you missed it, leading up to this, we did complete Wizardry 6, Bane of the Cosmic Forge, and we imported the party from that game into Wizardry 7 because that's such a cool thing to be able to do. Last night had some technical hurdles, got over all that. Like I said, I fixed all of the sound issues. We did not get very far in the game at all, so if you missed last night, no big deal. Let me get all of this up and running here. So we'll make a little headway this evening, I think, in the game. We'll get going and see what we can see. Again, I've played Wizardry 7 a multitude of times, but I've never actually started the game from this starting point. Meaning I've importing the party from Wizardry 6 into 7. I've never started with this ending. Mirador says, "Did you get my sub?" Probably. Let's see. Subscribe for 3 months. I don't check my my alerts, unfortunately, when I'm on here, but I certainly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That is like awesome. So one thing I need to do for you guys that are actually subbing is I need to go ahead and take the time Wednesday to create the emojis and all of the stuff that goes along with that. I've just got one unique one, and I've got a few more made. I just need to put them into Twitch. But thanks again, man. It means a lot to me. I don't do this for money or for subs. I just do it for fun. It's a hobby. But I do appreciate you showing your support in that way. All right, let's get this game rolling. Tell me what you want to see too, Mirador. You're free to send me a private message or whatever. If you've got any ideas on what you might want, I'll be happy to implement it. So, as you can hear, we have birds instead of weird vacuum cleaner noises that we had last night. So, this is how the game's supposed to sound. I knew it wasn't right last night, and when we get into some combat tonight, you'll really get a feel for what was off. So, we're still sort of where we are. If you look at the map here, I believe we spawned in here maybe, or somewhere thereabouts, and I took the road. Really, we want to go this way. This is Nictolinth, the Trang city that we're supposed to start outside of. But I just wanted to see what was down the road a piece. So we kind of went this way, and I think to satisfy my own curiosity, this is the way we're going to continue. So one thing I should point out for those curious, Wizardry 7, you can play with a mouse only if you really want to. I can hit this button to go forward, but I routinely use the keyboard just out of habit. So a big clearing here. Yeah, there we go. That's the noises I grew up with right there. It's the hog beetle noises. Not all of that weird whimsy stuff that we heard last night. I don't know. I had to, like I said, differentiate between two different sound sources to get this to work. I'm glad I was able to get it. Let's see, blades. Yeah, we got all kinds of good stuff now. Let me cast that enchanted blade on the party. That'll make their weapons hit stronger. Danny now has magic missile and fireball. Let's hit him with a fireball. I like that noise. Man, that sounds so much better. I don't know if you remember what it sounded like last night, but it sounded like crap compared to this. Yeah, these are the noises I remember. This is fantastic. This takes me back. Fun fact, I think I played Crusaders before I played Bane back in the day. It just happened to work out that way. So this was the first color wizardry that I really experienced when I was 14 years old, or however old I was. Man, there's no telling where this is going to take us. So this will connect up here, I'm pretty sure. So before we go too far down this road in this other direction, we'll go back to the city that we're intended to go to as part of this start to the game. Nyctalinth is up here, and maybe even over here. Enter the city proper. Yep, so the map switched because we're on a new map now. And here we are. I love this place. Entering Nyctalinth. As you step into the entrance of the town, you are met by one of the fetid Tirang, mouth adrip with foamy bile, excreting a trail of brown mucus behind him. In a strange mixture of clicks and hisses, he utters sounds that are almost word-like. We saw this a bit last night before the redo. The Watchers told us you were coming. Enter, but be wary. We do not like your kind. You must proceed to the High Chamber, where H'Jinra Terang awaits. Do not attempt to deceive us. So the question, of course, is which way is the High Chamber, right? We'll have to do a little trial and error. So, let's see. The town of Nyctalinth lies in a decaying state of ruin, its former majesty here, in the Northlands, reduced to ragged weeds and crumbling stones. You glance an occasional group of Terang in the distance, always quick of pace as they scurry from one building to another, hobbling sideways in their crab-like fashion upon a quartet of crusty limbs. Their heads jerk oddly to and fro in an agitated manner as if they were extremely uncomfortable about something, or else disturbed by having to venture outdoors exposed in the open, and always behind them follows a trail of slimy brown goo. It appears that they have indeed adopted Nyctalinth as their temporary home on this unusual world, and once again glancing about the dilapidated ruins, it seems a quite fitting and appropriate choice. So, let us go this way. Some of these storefronts may have signs. Nothing. Okay. Yesterday we just went through a door and got ambushed by some ratkin. That wasn't fun. Livestock. Breeding ground. Okay. A large reinforced steel door has been installed to prevent any accidental intrusion by unauthorized personnel. Mounted to the latch of the door is a thick metal block in which a finger hole has been bored. Interesting. We'll come back to that later. So, I think I'm going to follow my strategy from the previous game and sort of walk the perimeter of town. We'll get an idea of how big this place is. Terrain Empire Tactical Depot. Okay. Terrain Empire High Chamber. So I think this is where we're supposed to go, correct? Still, let's, like I said, let's just map out the perimeter here. Terrain Empire Security. Okay. Lots of points of interest. Landing Port. Terrain Guardia. Landing Port. So this must be where they landed, their shuttle. Interesting. Okay, yep, that's what this is. It's so weird to be able to see the map generate. The original game didn't have it quite like this auto map that I'm using. But it just makes it easier for you guys to follow. Observation Control Center. A vivid red emblem has been attached to the door, which significance is not clear. Oh boy, we'll have a lot of fun exploring this. Uh-oh. I accidentally entered the room. And it's another rat pack. But we've got some things at our disposal tonight that we did not have last night. So let's see if we can put it to good use. So I'm going to put those guys to sleep. Seto is going to cast Blades on the... Oh, back up, back up. I always forget to select my group first in this game. Seto is going to cast Blades on the 5 Ratkin. We'll do it at level 4. And Danny, we're going to pop a Fireball off at level 3. Let's see what we can do. Fireball right out of the gate. Nice. First group went to sleep pretty easily. I don't like that word poison. Whew. All right. So we're going to keep the melee party on this group of 4. This was the one that was up front earlier. One's awake. Lulu this time is going to try to put this group to sleep. Seto is going to do what? To the 2 Ratkin Thieves. Oh, yeah, we'll hit them with another Blades, I guess. Can I do? Nope, just level 2. And then Danny, for this one, is going to do just a small magic missile. We're going to try to take these guys out. Oh man, we're having so much better luck this time. Focus on these. And what's Lulu want to do this time? Let's see. Don't really have any AoE spells, but we'll Seto will breathe on these, and Danny will just kind of take it easy. This is considerably easier. I wonder if I didn't change the difficulty setting and just forgot I did it, because I don't remember this being quite so easy last night. I was tinkering with the config. I may have very well changed it. Oh, oh. Lulu's poison. That's always a bummer. Oh, good. Oh, nice. So you can... Okay, there we go. We'll take those. Anything in this room? So we're going to take this opportunity to rest. First thing I'm going to do, though, is heal Lulu up. We'll see if we can sleep through the poison. Being that we're in 4 walls, I think maybe we'll do a little bit better. I don't know, that poison's kind of not going too good, is it? Let's see. There we go. We're through it now. Woo! Mirador says, does cure minor condition cure that? No. Only cure poison will cure poison. Cure minor condition can do other things like sleep if inflicted by an enemy, but it will not cure poison or paralysis or specific negative buffs like that. I wish it did. So yeah, that's a good resting spot if we ever need to come back. Perimeter. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Little alleyway here. Okay, so Nicktolinth is not too crazy. If you really want to see some interesting towns in old school CRPGs, I highly recommend playing Daggerfall, the Elder Scrolls game. All of that stuff, well, the towns are not procedurally generated, but the outdoors are. But the towns are just crazy big, and all of the NPCs are generated, randomly. That game is just, even today, is mind-blowing. I know in the age of Skyrim, it's not going to impress people, but man, it sure impressed me. Alright, so let's go to where we're supposed to go. To this high chamber. I think this was it up here, right? Is this it? Nope, that's the security. So I think it was down here. Yes, high chamber. You are the ones the Watchers have spoken of. H-Gen Rotarang is ready to receive you. Okay. A large assemblage of Terang stand guard in the corner of the room, carefully observing your every move. One of them motions to the door, pointing 3 hands and a claw. Clearly, he wants you to step through the door. Not this way. Okay. This way, I guess. Imperial Chamber. So we're going to meet some pretty VIPs right up front, huh? Okay. I seem to remember this taking place late in the game if you start in another area. You're surrounded on both sides by dozens of the twitching Terangs, ready to strike should you make the slightest wrong move. To the north lies a small window, and 13 dozen paws, claws, and appendages point the way. So I walk up to the window, huh? Stepping up to the window, you peer into it. Seeing nothing, you wait. Very slowly, a large, bulbous brown mass draws up to the other side of the bars, and amidst a spool of drool and foam, begins to speak in a deep roar of cackles and spit. I am H-Gen Ratrang. I do not trust you. Okay. But you might be useful to the Trang Empire. First, a test. I shall send you to Shritis with a message. Tell him H. Jinra says to strike. Right? Take a picture of that so we don't forget it. To strike. We shall see what you are made of. Go now. The Anthrax, I have to say these words. The Anthracax shall deliver you to him. If you survive. The Anthracax. What is that? Ha 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 ha. So this sounds nefarious, right? The obese brown slug slowly slithers back from the window, leaving you to ponder the message. The surrounding hordes of T-Rangs move to one side as you step forward, a symphony of crusty limbs, pointing towards the door to the west. That would be this door. Nope, that's the east. This door. Trang Empire Anthracax. Well, I have no memory of this part, so I don't recall what this is. The Anthracax. It's a lever. Pull lever. Pulling the lever, a low-pitched hum fills your ears and a faint blue glow bathes the room. Then the cobalt light disappears. It was a teleporter. The room invokes a rather queasy sense of dread, as deposits of an icky brown substance covering the walls and floor suggest the thought of some kind of weird alien habitat. Okay. I think I might remember this now. An encounter. Oh. I have to fight some Trang. Interesting. Well, so be it. If I remember right, I think I was just teleported to the main hub city of the game. I could be wrong. Well, if so, that's cool, because this is actually sort of where the game usually starts, and so we can grind some levels outside of town. If I'm right about where we're at. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty cool. So these guys are much easier than the monsters we have been fighting. Surely that battle didn't do me any favors with the Trang. In the corner of the room, you spy a huge foaming brown mass as it begins to move in your direction. From out of the shadows, a menacing spider-like creature approaches you and hisses, "I am Shitris Trang." Okay, well this is the guy we're supposed to talk to. Standing 9 feet tall, limbs twice the girth of any other Trang, brown cobweb coating so thick and dark, you know this is no ordinary Trang, and the hot fetid spew which drools from his mouth makes the threatening disposition even more ominous. He hisses again. Be quick about you, humans. I do not play games. H. Jinra sent you to me? Yes. Then take heed, little pups. The Trang Empire has claimed this world as its purloe, and any outsiders meddling in our affairs will be dealt with in a most expedient manner. If H. Jinra Trang wishes to test your merits, I will oblige. But cross us, and the full force of the Terang Empire will ring down upon your clammy little heads. What word has H. Jinra Trang for Shitris? Shritus. Shitris. Shritus is the name. So here's the question. Do we actually... Because, I don't like these guys. I don't trust them. And I'm not sure that I want to be in league with them. But at the same time, I can't help but feel overpowered. So the question is, do we deliver the message? Or do we, say something else and go our own way? I'm not sure. I feel like if I answer him wrong, he may attack. But I can't help but wonder what the repercussions would be if we deliver the message properly. So I don't know, Mirador. What do you think? How would you proceed in this circumstance? Do we deliver the message, or do we try to deflect and see what happens if we give them something different? The message was to strike, and so I can't help but wonder, who are they going to strike? And is it the right thing or the wrong thing? So I'll give you a minute to think about it if you're still with me. And if not, I'll probably go with what we were instructed. Mirador says, well, if you have not tried this, give the message and see how this plot goes. That's a good point of advice. I've not ever played this introduction to the game, so let's do it. To strike. To strike. Does he wish your heads devoured by the great Shritus Trang? Ha ha ha. Fear not, disgusting humans. It is the fat bellies of the nosy Umpani toads we would purge from our territories. They bring their fierce guns and machines to bear against all who oppose them, but they fear the mighty Trang Empire, yes. Even with all their firepower, they cannot prevail against us. The Watchers must sense a momentary weakness in their defenses, and the wise H. Genra has determined now is the time to let them feel the vengeful claw of the Trang. Perhaps H. Genra has seen within you a power to assist us. Would you partake of my vengeance upon the cow-bellied Umpani? Would you partake of my vengeance? Yes. So, H. Shinra may have chosen shrewdly after all. He is wise. Perhaps too wise. You are to seek out the savage Umpani tracker, Rodin Lawarks, and destroy him. Around his neck hangs the gold medallion of his dead father. Bring the medallion to me, and you shall reap the rewards befitting proven allies of the Trang Empire. Do not return to me until the Warks lies a festering carcass. I go to sever the head of the Umpani, the simpering pig, General Yamo. Rodin Lawarks. When dealing with an unpredictable and dangerous power, each moment becomes an exacting test, as if the boundary between reward and crucifixion lay upon the keen edge of a sword's blade. In the battlefield, such experiences are commonplace, but how much more deadly when the contest lies within innocuous surroundings, and the wars are fought with words. It is with a sense of relief, then, that you watch as the great monstrous spider thing known as Shritus Terang gathers his forces and exits the chamber, off on his crusade of assassination, hissing orders to those who follow in his putrescent wake, oblivious any longer to your lingering presence in the house. Here we go. Now it is for you to decide your next course of action. So I guess We seek out, we meet the Umpani, and we decide where our loyalties lie. Oh, look at that. I wasn't expecting to see that. Let's save. Let's approach the treasure chest here. Apparently, so enthralled was Schreitus with his mission that he neglected to secure this old chest. Of course, mayhaps, it too could be another test. You know, I hate it, but I can't turn down a treasure chest. Anime Fan says, any plans to upload video on demand to YouTube for those that missed the streams? Absolutely. I uploaded last night's video already. It should be up there now. And this one will get up there maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. So yeah, I'm going to keep uploading Wizardry videos to YouTube. Just because there's already Let's Plays of these games, but there's not many. Not as many as there should be. And anything I can do to contribute to Wizardry, I will. This game series was the first website I ever launched back in the day outside of a website for a band I played in the 90s. So at one point I had one of the largest Wizardry web pages on the internet. It was just me and Snafaru. His page is still up, by the way. And then a gentleman by the name of John Hubbard had another Wizardry page, and the three of us were sort of like the three big Wizardry sites on the web. Mirador says, tomorrow is my Castle and Crusades game, so I will not be able to watch live. Get it, no worries. You know, there's a local game store in the town I live in, and they actually have 2 Castle and Crusades books on sale for $10 each. It looks like they're older editions of the game, though. The date in them is, I think, 2005 or 2006. I'm curious. Let me know if those books are still worth anything. I almost bought them, but when I looked them up online, it looked like the newer books were color and looked a little bit prettier. These books remind me of old first edition D&D books. All right, so let's see what we can do. A chest. So I notice there's no inspect. I do not remember how this works at all. Oh dear, and I set it off. Oops, spectral ray. Lulu is dead. Examining the contents of the box, you find the stuffed corpse of a Savant guardian. Skin completely shriveled, hard as a bone, and most sincerely dead. You puzzle as to why it did not vaporize like all the others upon its demise. While sifting through the body, however, a thin black wafer falls to the floor. A control card. Interesting. Alright, so I think I'm going to reload that because I didn't mean to trigger that trap. In fact, I don't remember how the chests work in this game at all. Let's try that again. Mirador says, there are little changes, but you can download the 7th edition PDF for free from Trollord.com, I think. Trollord Games is a great company. Kobold Press is probably my favorite third-party tabletop publisher. So let's see. All right, so I have a 38% chance of inspecting this, huh? These symbols, what do they mean? Oh, I see. Okay. So look at this. I get it now. I get it. I'm going to go back and reload this because I want you guys to see this. I figured this out. It's been so long since I played, I forgot. But it's coming back to me. Check this out. Alright, so this is how this works. Quite a bit different than Bane of the Cosmic Forge. So, right here, 2 and 1. This would be the order you press the button. So if this was a magic spark chest, to successfully disarm this, I'd have to hit this, and then this, and that has to be green when I hit it. My character, though, I've got to bump that up. I've got to bump their skullduggery up. So we will we'll look at that on next time we find a chest. I'm not going to keep reloading, but when they inspect, there's asterisks that indicate where they think the correct combination lies, and so you scroll through the list of traps, try to match up that pattern. That's so cool. Seto Cat says, late to the party, LOL. A little bit. Missed some really cool stuff there, Seto. Not going to lie to you. We met the Terang Queen or King or whatever, and they sent us through a teleporter to this location to give a message to another Terang who wants us to kill the general of one of their enemies. Their enemies is the Umpani Empire, which, if I remember right, are hippopotamus people. Shadowcat says, were they hot? I guess they were hot if you're an arachnid. What's in this door? Nothing. So we're going to take an opportunity to rest in this room here. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know, Seto. You like tentacles and things like that. This might be right up your alley. You're a weird young lady. Right. So I've got my Detect Secret up and running. I forget to cast that in this game. Seto will cast Enchanted Blade. Mirador says it's back in 15 minutes. No problem. Seto Cat says, I'm an odd one, but from the game's description, they sound gross. Did you not see one yesterday? How do we even say this? Tashrich's house. Tashrich's. Property of the T-Ring Empire. Entry is strictly forbidden. Okay, so yeah, we're in a different place. We're in a different city. I think this is New City, the main hub of the game. Here we go. This is what they look like. Durang Trang. Durang Trang. So this is not a battle encounter, but this is an NPC encounter. So we can talk. What is lore? Tracker Rallic has formed an alliance with Rasputin. Our party has been sighted at boy, these names. Dionysius. The crystal map is rumored to be hidden near Dionysius. Dionysus. It sounds Greek. Alright, so I got some lore there. Talk. Who's going to talk? Who is my diplomat? I think I was making Lulu in diplomacy. Hello. Who are you? I am Durang Trang, important leader in the Terang Empire. Who is Shritus? The mighty Shritus Terang, leader of assassins. Tell me about Umpani. Are you asking about the Umpani? Yeah, literally. Very well then. The Umpani are scum to be devoured. Anime fan says, holy, you can type to them. How modern games have fallen. So even in the last Wizardry game, you could chat with NPCs. The interaction in this game is heavily improved. It's really just a keyword system. Like I could say, cat food, and he'll say, I don't understand. But if I use a word that's in his dictionary, so to speak, it'll trigger a specific response. So very basic compared to today's games. I mean, imagine another game like this coming out in 2 or 3 years that'll all be chat GPT AI driven. You can have whole conversations with them that go off the rails. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let's see. Where is Roden? Roden Lewarks. Roden Lewarks is the master tracker for the blubbering and Pawnee cows. Where is Roden Lewarks? If I could find him, I would destroy him. Okay. Rumors. Will you pay 50 gold pieces? Okay. I heard a rumor about Black Ship. Black Ship. I think that's the ship at the beginning of the game where we met the Dark Savant. Anime Fan says games with AI will be amazing. I've seen some technological demos on the internet. I think somebody put AI NPCs into Skyrim, and they just talk and talk and talk. So yes, the Black Ship vessel of the Dark Savant, known as the Daedalus. Daedalus. The Black Ship vessel of the Dark Savant. Okay. Let's talk about the Dark Savant. So we're going to get as much info as we can. I am not afraid of this Dark Savant. Let him show his face to Durang. So I'm just typing in keywords from the intro. If you know of the legendary globe, tell me more. Cosmic Forge. I don't know about that. Okay. Where are we? Right here, of course. Where is here? Is what? Okay, whatever. Advice? I don't understand. Help. Help with what? Weapons. I don't understand. Yeah, I did. I said, where am I? Let's try that. What? Oh my, what town am I in? What town is this? You serve us well. Right on. Okay. So I'm going to say thank you. Don't mention it. Goodbye. Alright, so I saw a trade option. What does this guy have? I only have 172 gold pieces? That sucks. Shock Rod. Okay, so that's what he's got. I don't think I want that right now. Will he buy stuff from me? Oh, I have a Cure Poison right there. Good to know. Okay. Alright. So, some of the other options I just want to point out here. Steal. Not going to be successful right now. My bard is not skilled enough to try to pickpocket this guy, but that is an option. So later on, as we improve, we might try such a thing. Spell. Why would you cast a spell in an encounter? Charm is a thing, right? I don't think I have it, but Charm will make the NPC more friendly towards you. And so these characters, one of the stats we looked at last night was diplomacy. So a character that's specifically diplomatic will have a better chance at interacting with these NPCs. Of course, if your guys are just not very charismatic, Charm Spell always helps. Then, of course, there's Fight, Use, and all the regular things. So NPC encounters in this game are actually pretty advanced for 1993 when this came out. So even today, I stay impressed at just what they were able to accomplish. Because remember, 93, right, this was the time of 486s. These are CPUs with, like, I had a 486 DX266. That was a 66 megahertz processor, right? 66 megahertz. And today, my processor, I think it turbos at like 500 gigahertz. So, I mean, it's a whole different ballgame. So what they could accomplish with such paltry hardware back in the day was just impressive. My first, yep, this is New City. That's what I thought. There is a cold dullness to the town of New City. As you pause and listen to the howl of the wind whistling through the alleyways of the city, you can almost hear faint whispers from behind drawn, shuttered windows, and the clatter of footsteps underneath the rustle of scattering leaves. As if some dark cloud had descended upon the place, choking from it the sparkle of life that perhaps once possessed. Anime Fan says, what they put in games back then and now, big differences. So here we have a Savant trooper. Remember these guys from the intro on the side of the Dark Savant. So to try to bring the lore up to speed, from my understanding, and this hasn't really been revealed to us to the game yet, but the Dark Savant, of course, is one player in this whole cast of characters. He's come to this world looking for this artifact. He's made New City his base of operation, so his guards are going to be all over the town. You've got the Terang, which are the spider guys that so far we've been allied with, in one area. You've got the Umpani, which is like a militaristic, spacefaring hippo man race. Those two groups are at odds with each other. They look at the Dark Savant as kind of neutral, but suspicious. But then there's other groups as well. There's the natives to the planet, the Ratkin. There's the Gorn, which are like lizard men. We'll meet those guys in a little while. There's the monk race, which M-U-N-K, humanoid, human-looking creatures. There's all kinds of these factions and races that we're going to meet as we proceed through this game, and you'll learn who you ally yourself with and who you distance yourself from. You have to take sides, and the Terang want me to assassinate the Umpani, but maybe when we meet the Umpani, we'll decide that the Terang are the bad guys, and so we'll change our allegiance. So it's going to get really deep, and it's going to get really fascinating. I can't wait to really share it all with everybody. I'm probably going to be playing for about another 10 minutes tonight. New City is a great stopping point. But let's go ahead and see if we can survive a fight with a Savant trooper. I'm going to give it a go. I didn't think I could put him to sleep easily. Sato, you may notice the sound is fixed. It sounds a lot better tonight. I'm proud of myself for being able to figure that out. Ooh, that hurt. Ooh, Lulu's hurt. All right, let's fix it. So we're going to cast Bless on the party then. Sato will heal Lulu. And Danny's going to go ahead and pop off something a little harder than a Chilling Touch. Miss OG Hermit says, you have a Lulu. Yes, so you missed it, Miss OG Hermit, when we started the last game and we made our party. We named some members of the party after viewers and their pets. Lulu is the pet that I chose. Leaving New City. So, do I want to leave New City? I don't think so. But we'll take a step outside. Because remember I mentioned last night that in the original game, or if you start the game without importing, there's a little intro area, a little intro dungeon. And I think that would be a great place to go and grind some levels. The forest grows thick along the roadway here. A perfect place for ambush. And it's Ratkin bandits. So yeah, this path that we're on leading into the town, of course we're going the opposite way, is where the game would normally start if you did not import a party. So we're going to go and find that intro dungeon and save the game there. And I think tomorrow we'll actually tackle it because it'd be a good place to get experience points, maybe even some gear, and we'll proceed that way. But we'll keep the goals in mind that we were given by the NPCs. Speaking of these characters, it's a shame that Trevelyan has not been back in the stream to see how his character has grown throughout the games. Because he's been our hardest hitter, really. Oh, wow, okay. Man, oh, this is all starting to come back to me now. Slowly but surely. I even think there's a treasure chest tucked away in the forest here. Oh, look at this. Suddenly, from out of the blue, descends a flying red rocket, upon the back of which rides a blazing female warrior. Ohio, strangers. Welcome to the lands of Guardia. Shadowcat says, what? Many are you who have come from the stars. We hail you, for it is the time of the coming of the Crusaders. Let destiny prevail. And with that, the bizarre lass zooms into the sky and shoots out of sight. That's so cool. Miss OG Herman says, LOL. Before you lies a vast field of wild orchids, rich in color, strong in fragrant aroma. A light cloud hovers a few feet above the field, as if made from a thick pollen arising from the flowers. I seem to remember this. I could be wrong, but it reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, right? The poppy fields. I think if we go out here, perhaps it puts the party to sleep. Oh, yeah, right there. Wild orchids. Only Danny is awake. And I can't remember what it takes to circumvent that. There is something, though. So perhaps we'll go this way. The towering trees loom heavy and dark, and the forest dons a creepy shroud as if to whisper, beware. Shadowcat says, I love the details of things flying through the wind. Yeah, and again, keep in mind, this game is from 93, right? A soft crunching noise can be heard nearby, like the kind of sound that might come from an animal chewing branches or bones. The color text is just amazing. Alleyfoots and a dandyfoot. So we have plant monsters here. So we're going to cast a bless on the party using the angel's tongue. Sato will breathe on the dandyfoot. And I think Danny's going to do a... Don't I have energy blast? I guess not. We'll do a chilling touch. Kind of tough. Burning pollen. We got irritation. So, Mirador was asking earlier, cure minor condition would fix irritation, for example. And in fact, we'll try that, right? Let's see if we can put these guys to sleep. So Sato should have a cure lesser condition right here. We'll do it at level 3, and we'll cast it on Kyler. Because when they're irritated, they're less likely to hit. Like that. The cure lesser condition removed it. So we notice immediately, right? I said this is sort of like the starter area. The experience point gain here is way smaller than what we were seeing in the zone we actually started in. Way smaller. Oh yeah, but this is so much easier compared to last night. You can tell we started in a higher level area. But this is good because this will allow us to sort of, you know, get our chops up a little bit and level up. I know that dungeon's around here somewhere. The sea spans outward from the small lagoon, calm and peaceful. A small white dome, half buried, juts peculiarly from the ground at the water's edge. Really? Excavating the odd relic, you discover that it isn't a dome at all. It is the fractured remnant of a human skull. Ooh, I remember this. Somehow the waters don't seem quite as alluring as they did a few moments ago. Found some skull bones. There's that treasure chest I was talking about. I said I thought there was a treasure chest tucked in the woods here. I think we just found it. So I think we'll pop this chest and then we'll call it a night. Yeah, we'll rest here. And I think we'll do a magic missile on these guys. This is almost too easy compared to last night. Because remember, this area, you're intended to be level 1, and we're already level 6 mostly. I think this chest has some more gruesome stuff in it, if I remember right. An old corroded chest is lying underneath the trees. How strange to be so abandoned. And you wonder if perhaps its owner fell victim to the appetites of the local fauna. So let's save before we mess with this chest. So here we'll get to explore that chest inspection I was talking about earlier. So we know there is not anything here, but there is something here. So we're going to scroll through the list. Could be poison darts. I feel like it probably is. And we know this because there's got to be something in this position. So yeah, these are the only options we have. So it's going to be poison darts. So what I want to do now is I want to click this first, this second, and we want to do it while the light is green. We did it. Inside the aged chest you find a bundle of items along with a sack of gold coins. Armor, 2 potions, 10 darts, a journey map kit. Oh wow, okay. So we have some leather looking armor here. Let's give that to Lulu. Potion, we'll give that to Seto. Darts, take that, give that to Lulu. And a journey map kit, we already have one of those. So, this armor, we don't know what it is, right? So you can assay or inspect the armor. Suede doublet. So remember, Lulu's not wearing anything. So this is good stuff. Bullet stone. So here's where we can do something cool. We'll merge with that. Feather darts. Alright. So this is where we're going to stop tonight. Tomorrow night we will find that starter dungeon and we'll explore that thoroughly. Much more productive night tonight than last night. Again, Monday nights I start late, so it's always a shorter stream. Tomorrow night we'll have a longer stream, and we'll explore this area outside of New City and maybe even dip into New City and see what's there. Again, thanks for watching. SetoCat says have a good night. You too. And Mirador and everybody else, have a good evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.